Hey guys, Gmo here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 OTK decks. Alright guys, so real quick, just like I do in all my videos, here's a quick rundown of what we're going to be looking at today. So we got 10 decks here. Not every class could make it in here, but yeah, just real quick, this is what we're looking at, so you guys have a little preview. And there will be deck codes and timestamps down in the description if you do want to skip around to a certain deck, and maybe you know someone already. So yeah, and if you like this type of content, please hit the like and subscribe button. So let's get started. Alright guys, so starting off for number 10, we do have the Exodia Mage here. So this deck is still good like the last time we saw in the meta. It's just been overshadowed by the Cyclone Mage, which is better overall everywhere. I mean, you could technically call the Cyclone Mage an OTK deck with the Giants, but I chose not to put it in there because it can win different ways and it's boring and everyone's seen it, right? So that's not in there, just letting you guys know. So this deck is still, like before, it's very good against like your Prees, your Warlocks, anything that's control heavy. Even against some combo variations is good because sometimes you can mill them cards, and just from that you could just win the game. And yeah, the main play style is just to draw as fast as you can so you can have the most options available to you. Then you get the freeze effect, try to get your Doomsayer to go off so you can clear the board completely, get use of those mad scientists, play your secrets correctly. Simulacrum as well will help you get your combo pieces together faster, because if you get another novice sorcerer's apprentice, I mean you could also make up for a molten reflection as well. So you do need to get your Emperor ticks on 4 out of the 5 cards so you can do it in turn 10, or else you could do it in turn 9. So yeah, let's just take a look at the combo, boys. The end of his turn. So, alright guys, so the combo goes, you need to get your cost reduced on 4 out of the 5 pieces here. So now you play your Antonidas, you play your apprentice, another apprentice, and then you go ham, because then you get a copy, you get another free copy, and then you go to town. You don't really need to hurry up too much while you're doing this. Yep. Well, good shit. Alright guys, up next we do have the Malygos Hunter at number 9. So this is a brand new deck, pretty much with the Rise of Shadows came out. So you got things like your Rapid Fire, you got your Mark Shots, you got your Geppetto, you got your Varissa. Pretty much they wanted to make this deck happen, and it did, right? Hunter doesn't really have many control tools to keep you alive throughout the game, but you do have a few. You have the Doomsayer, you have your power shots that will keep you alive for a little bit. So what you do is, from early on, you keep searching for your cards. You do have a lot of ways to search in your deck or outside your deck. Then you want to chip away, because normally you end up losing control of the board eventually, right? You're a hunter. You can only do so much, but by that time, hopefully you would have done enough face damage to get your combo across, right? So you could either do it with Emperor Thors and getting the ticks on the Malygos and on the 1-cost spells, or you can get your Varissa Windrunner, which is most of the times the way you could win. And that's okay, because it also does attack. Maybe you can use your hero power because you have a lot of free mana running around. Hit on the face, and you probably do win. The clip that I'm about to show you, I do win through that method, which is the way you most often win. So yeah, pretty solid deck. You just got to know not to play too much control-y and get this as much chip damage as you can. So, and don't burn away all your spells only in a dire need. But otherwise, yeah, you can easily win with this deck. So let's take a look at it. Guess we'll just go Varissa, and hopefully he keeps clearing. Well, we lost. Mark Shots doesn't really help here. Well, do we win? Well, I think we win. Oof. Spell Hunter, baby. Oof. Oof. Pretty good. Alright guys, up at number 8 we do have the Malygos Shaman. So there's a couple of Malygos Shamans, but not all of them, right? So I mean, Malygos does scream OTK deck, right? So this deck is a little bit different. You do run a little bit more damaging spells, and that's okay. You can afford to burn some early in order to keep the board clear. Yeah, you just have to keep control, just like any control deck. You guys seen this deck before. But one big difference will be the Spirit of the Frog. You want to cycle as much as you can with that, even if you're burning your damaging spells. You do want to thin out your deck so you have better odds of drawing the cards that you do want. And yeah, there's a couple of different ways to get the OTK. For example, you could have the Malygos with, and then you just straight up do a few spells. You could have the the Ancestor's Call. I only run one because I feel like I could draw whenever I want with the Spirit of the Frog. And then you could also get lucky and draw with Geppetto. It's not that lucky actually. You don't even run that many minions. So Geppetto will get it quite often if you don't have it in your hands. So yeah, overall pretty solid deck. Just make sure to have like 4 spells in your hand and maybe hit face a few more times. And I mean with 4 spells, if you have Malygos on the field, that's already 20 damage, and then you just add up the damage of the spells itself, and most of the time you could win through that. So yeah, let's look at the combo, boys. Get rid of my totem, son. Yes. Please live, the little guy live. Let him live. Yes. Alright boys, so here's how the combo goes. So I piled up a total of 4 with Malygos against 5 each, so that'll be equal to 20, and now you start adding them up, they're single damages, right? So right here 3, 6, you got 8, and then you have 9, but this little guy will hit. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and silence this bad boy. We're gonna connect with this guy. We're gonna bring out our Malygos. Make sure it's the only card you have in hand, and from there you go to town on his face, you know, and that's how you win with this deck. Exact lethal, that's what I like to see. So yeah. Alright guys, up at number 7 we have the Malygos Druid here. So you do only have 4 damaging spells, but that's okay because you have this nasty combo here. So you got the Abiana, the Coon, you have the Innervate, you have your boy Malygos, and your spells. So this combo is pretty nasty because you can go ahead and play your Malygos for 1 mana. Then you could double him up with the Floop. The Floop comes in, he becomes another little Malygos, and then you can go to town with that. Another beautiful thing with this is if you keep your swipe, you have enough mana to clear the board and go ham in his face, right? So then it sets you up to win the next turn. So really, a lot of times you're going to win this game just by beating aggro, because this will destroy aggros a lot of the time. I mean, Spreading Plague will just dominate all aggros and it buy you so much time. So against aggro, don't be afraid of dropping your Moonfires or your little roots in order to keep yourself alive during the game. All in all, yeah, pretty good deck, pretty balanced. I could actually climb with this deck in the ladder pretty easily, and sometimes there's different ways to get it. I mean, you also have the Geppetto. Sometimes you could get it through there, or sometimes you just have the Innervate, Moonfires, and the Living Root combos without anything, right? So yeah, boys, let's take a look at it. Alright, boys, so this guy damn near just whooped our ass here, but here's how the combo goes, right? I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this guy just for the lols. So first you want to go Aviana, then you want to Innervate to get 1 more mana. You play your boy Coon, refreshes everything. Then you play your Malygos. Then you get a copy of your Malygos, and then from here you have a bunch of damage here. So now you can go to 11. You can go this. One thing you could do is you could also keep your swipe, and you could use your swipe along with your Moonfires or stuff like that. So yeah, that's the combo, boys. Alright guys, up next at number 6 we have the Mind Blast Priest. So we've seen this deck in the meta before. It's very good. I mean, it works just like a Resurrect Priest, but instead you run your Malygos, your Velen, and then you also run the Vargoth. Yeah. So the game plan here is to play them early, either just play them regular or Shadow Essence and have them get killed, and then line up a way of play where you could revive them enough so you could play the Mind Blast, right? So you could also play Smite if you like. I mean, I find it kind of awkward because they normally do just 8 damage, so it doesn't even go all the way to 30. So for that reason, I don't really play it. And if you want to run 2 of them, you will clog up your hands with things that will help you get the combo less. So I think this is the most optimal way to run this. The big MVP of this deck will probably be the Resurrect. That thing is amazing. For 2 mana, you resurrect either a Vargoth, a Velen, or a Malygos, which they all will double the damage of the Mind Blast. And if somehow something does stick on the board, I mean, you could do Vivid Nightmare. Another thing you could do is you could also run Emperor Thorson. It will give you ways of getting the combo a little bit easier. I personally don't run it because I like my Shadow Essence to be better to get the tools that I want. So yeah, overall pretty solid deck. Against aggro, it will do amazing. Just keep yourself alive. You do run Holy Novas in here, so if you get the Velens out with the Revive, just click the Holy Nova and you'll clear out your opponent's board. Take a look at the combo. Some damage with the Holy Fire here. Get him lower. Alright guys, so there is many ways to do this combo, but the way that I'm going to kill him right now is, since my Velen and my Malygos have died, I'm going to resurrect them both. So the way this works, this adds 5 first and then it doubles it afterwards. So now we're going to do 20 damage to his face and he's dead. So yeah. Alright guys, up at number 5, we're halfway there. Up next, we do have the Togwaggle Druid. So this deck could be, arguably, it could be a combo or an OTK, whichever way you like to see it. Whenever I play this deck, normally I do win with the OTK, that's why I placed it in here. So yeah, it's a pretty solid miracle deck that will do really good against your control deck, stuff that lets you live for a little bit, that gives you time. So against aggro, you can still win, you just got to play your pyromancers correctly, and then you could probably win, but you do have to win through comboing. So the 2 main ways of winning with this is you swap their deck when their hand is complete. So if you cold light and then their hand is too full and somehow you can play the Togwaggle right afterwards, or you naturalize, which will be most of the time. You naturalize and then you play your Togwaggle, you trade decks, and then their hand is too full to trade back, so they don't get the King's Ransom, I believe. So that is one way, because your cards are basically useless after that point, and then you gain all his aggro cards that will help you win the game. And you have more cards than him, so therefore you have more time as well. So you will most likely win. Or the OTK, which is you mill all your cards, you swap decks, and then from there on you naturalize and cold light, right? And that is the OTK. So let's take a look at it. No way in hell. 1, 2. Holy shit. Alright boys, we actually won this. It's a miracle of God here. So we're gonna want to go phase. 0 cards in our deck here. Then we do the swap-ronies. Jesus Christ, that was pretty hard. Draw him some cards, see what he's working with. He's got a little Mind Blast in there. Cool, cool. Destroy, I don't like you. Nor I don't like you either. And that should just be enough for lethal here. I think it should be exact lethal. Please. Yep. That's the OTK, boys. Alright guys, number 4, we do have the Anyfin Paladin, which is really just like a mid-range deck with some Murloc package in there, which actually is pretty good in the mid-range package. But in any case, if you get to turn 10, you can revive everything. Very often by turn 10 you would have already played all your Murlocs because of the Call to Arms or the Finja, and then you could just play your turn 10 play, bring all the Murlocs into the field, and I believe they do 23 damage altogether. So yeah, this deck is pretty versatile, and you could also steal some wins by playing your High Priest Detto, however you say, into your Molten Giants. If you play 2 of them, 2 8/8s in turn 3, plus a 3/4, you do win the game from there, literally. You win probably like a turn 5, whenever you could get 2 hits in. So yeah, all in all, I actually found myself winning with this deck quite a bit. I tried to do the combo a few times, but I ended up just winning a bunch of times. So I had to fight the Innkeeper to get the combo, right? So let's take a look at that. They're gonna train in perfectly. The battle. Try to kill this guy. That he was supposed to be putting on the pressure. He's a baloney, full of baloney. Just gonna go phase. Phase is the place, baby. I don't care. There's no way you can deal with this board. That's what I'm banking of. So that's how you win the game. And I do have the Call to Arms, which could get me the Bluegill. So therefore I win again. Just too good, you know what I mean? It's too much of a pro here. Smart moves, I concede. Alright, we'll try that again. This guy has no cards in hand. This guy's done for. This is his biggest tempo swing he's got.
Not in my house.
Alright guys, so clearly this deck is broken as all hell. Keeps taking W's. Quest Mage gone. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna look at the combo in a tutorial mode or something because I'm way too good at this game, you know. Alright guys, now we're gonna murder this innkeeper here, so I'm gonna go ahead and bump it. And here's the combos, nothing special. Kill all your Murlocs, revive them, and they go ham. That's your combo. Pretty simple. Alright guys, up at number 3 we do have the Shudderwock Shaman here, so we're starting to get to the OP stuff that you could get to Legend with. So there's many ways to run the Shudderwock Shaman. This is the OTK version. I don't think it's the best, it's probably the second to best, but it's still pretty good. So just like other Shudderwocks, play all your combo pieces, make sure to draw a lot. And you guys know the combo really comes from the Life Drinker. So you play your first, maybe your first 2 Shudderwocks, they still, Life Drinker will do like 6, 12, and I mean eventually it does infinite amount of damage. So after you get to play the Shudderwock, you bounce it back to your hand the next turn. That's normally the turn where you do win. So you play your 9 mana Shudderwock, you let it linger in there, it comes back to your hand, it gives you maybe 3 of them if you played everything correctly, if the odds are on your side. And then next turn you just play like 3 of those, and then you normally just do a whole bunch of damage from there. So once you get to the point where you play your Shudderwock, you pretty much do win from there because you get the Loatheb effect, you get the heal effect, you can potentially get the AoE effect. It's just game from there. That's why it's one of the better decks of this list. Alright guys, so Shudderwock is literally our last card, so normally this doesn't happen. So let's check out the combo. So this should return Shudderwocks to my hand. Okay, it's okay. Should return some, and then next turn I could just play a whole bunch, right? Not this turn, yeah. So this does take a little bit, like I said, so I'm just gonna go ahead and speed it up, but let's see. Let's keep going ham in phase, making some more. I guess we could play him again, right? So I think he's dead now. Once you get to a certain point, you just pretty much win from there, though. There's no way you could lose from this point right now. So this guy should be dead. So Jesus Christ. So yeah boys, that's the OTK. It's a little slow, but I mean it's still OTKs at any percentage really, so yeah. Let's go to the next one. Alright guys, up next we do have number 2, we have the Snip Snap OTK. This deck was extremely good when the expansion barely released because people didn't know what the hell they were playing against. So this combo is actually pretty easy to get as long as you have your summoning portal into Mech Warper, and then you can put infinite amount of Snip Snaps. The only thing that's against you is the time. You got a rope, so be very fast as possible as you can. Normally you will have enough time to win. Just know you're doing the combo before he ends his turn, so then you have as much time as possible. So now that the expansion has it's almost over really, people already know what the hell they're dealing with, so they make sure to kill every mech every turn after like turn 6. So there's a few things you can do. You could play your Mecha'thun and potentially buff it up plus 5 health with the taunt minion that you have. You could also drop it alongside with your Loatheb, or you could just start baiting him out and dropping one mech this turn, another mech this turn, and slowly get his removal tools until you think he runs out. Then you could finally do your combo. So yeah, pretty fun deck. This deck will pretty much destroy everyone like rank 10 or above. They don't really know how to deal with this, but as you get lower and lower, it's harder to do. So yeah, let's take a look at the gameplay. One. So I guess we just go Loatheb, we go Blood Mage, and we go Mecha'thun. So he cannot play many spells, and he needs to get rid of the Mecha'thun. Jesus Christ, it's like every turn threatening lethal. It's pretty awesome. Okay, this dude pretty much gave up on life. He chose to Farsight. Oh boy, this boy's done for. Alright, get ready to hit that button quick. Fast as fuck, boy. So we go bank. Then we go bank. And now we let the pain train begin. Come on, go fast, go fast. Yes. Well, that's basically the combo, so you just keep applying it until you have enough damage to kill, right? And remember your other minions on board, so in case you're roping, you still got the Loatheb and the other little boy to hit with. So yeah. Alright guys, and the number one, the very best OTK deck of this game will be the Mecha'thun Warlock. I'm sure you guys knew that was coming, but this deck is just insane. I mean, it's very good against everything, very good against aggro. Against control, it's generally faster than any other control decks and is the best OTK deck as well. And Warlock, with the hero power, you could pretty much draw 2 cards every turn, or 3 if you're crazy with it. So a lot of times you end up just tossing things away in your hand just to have hand space. So yeah, you do run a couple weird cards, like you run a Doomsayer and you run 1 copy of Treasury, because if you do have that, it's a 5 mana AoE board clear pretty much. You do run the Hammer, which will cut your deck more than half, and then from there on you just gotta draw a couple of times and then you win. You have the Reno Jackson, which later on in the game, after, especially after you cut your deck in half, or even without it, you still heal you up to full. And then you have the Blood Reaver Gul'dan, which will get out your Void Lords, and they'll just stall out so much more time as well. All in all, extremely OP deck, and yeah, let's just look at the gameplay for that. Nice. So from there's good, right? Oh, full board cleared, sick. Zilliax. 2 cards left in deck. I guess now I just go, I don't really need to do anything. I guess I just go cool down. Get some more Void Lords in there. Yeah, I think I need some Void Lords. Give me some good old Void Lords here. Give me some good old taunts here. And then we do win next turn, so pretty lit. As long as we have some space, which of course we do, we will. We managed to board cleared everything. Alright, so we do win, boys. Get ready for this combo, get ready for this. Come on, give me the turn, baby, give me the turn. Alright, so combo goes Mecha'thun, Blood Balloon, and then we go Cataclysm. This clear everything on board, cleared everything on hand. It dies last because you put it last, and that Edwin dies afterwards. Sick. Good play. So yeah guys, that's all for today. I'll see you guys on the next one. Remember, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. That will help me out a lot, and it'll let me know that you guys like this type of content. So yeah, on to the next one.